Coach Tina, and I've got a hybrid strength workout for you today. It's exactly the kind of thing I do myself. So what you'll need is a medium heavy to heavy set of dumbbells. The more the better. I also have a kettlebell here. And that's it. We're going to start with a warm-up. We're going to do a little agility. We're going to go hit the strength and then have a little body weight conditioning. So let's get started and come down onto the ground. We're going to go into a little inner thigh adductor stretch. You're on all fours. Extend out your left leg. And I want you just to rock it back. You're rocking your hips back all the way to your heels. Rocking it forward. You should feel this all on the inside of your thigh. We're going to switch sides in about 10 seconds. I never like to rush a warm-up because I feel like as I get older, this is the most important part of prepping for my workout. Now extend the other leg to the side. I've got my right leg extended to the side and I'm rocking it back, forward and back. You will find that one side might feel a little tighter than the other, and that's totally normal because our bodies are never symmetrical, even though we aim to try to get it symmetrical. In about 5 seconds, we're going to go into a hip hamstring stretch. And from here, I want you to come on to both knees. We're going to bring the left leg up, right knee down, arms ahead, push the hips forward, and now rock the hip back. So I'm moving between a hip opener into a hamstring stretch. We got 5 more seconds here before we switch sides. So as I was saying, after the warm-up, what we're going to be doing together, let's switch sides, is a little bit of agility. It's been something I've been incorporating into my own workouts over the past year because as we get older, as you can think about even when you think about your parents, everyone gets a little slower. It's not imaginary, it's actually a thing in terms of us losing our power and our reaction time. So in order to maintain that as we get older, we need to practice it. This is exactly what we're going to do today. And then from here, I want you to come up to a standing position. We're going to walk it out into this plank position, either lower and lift your chest, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips up, and then walk it back. We're going to be here for about 15 more seconds. Lower, lift, it's really an up dog. Bringing the hips up into a down dog position, walking it back. Just 3 more seconds here. Now meet me back in high plank. Bring that right foot next to the right hand. Open up the right hand to the ceiling. Now reach that right elbow down to the floor. We're going to stay here for a little bit longer. Don't rush through this move. You're looking up as you open up your arms. You're helping open up your upper back. Reaching as low as you can to open up your hip. And then now let's bring that foot back. Left foot comes next to the left hand. Left hand opens to the ceiling. Left elbow reaches down low. Just opening and reaching. Working on your thoracic spine, that's your upper back, and your hips. After this, we're going into something what I call movement activation. So it's not quite the workout, but it is an exercise, and it's preparing your body. Okay, so we're going to start in this half kneeling position. Left knee up, right knee down. Left knee up, bring the left arm up to the ceiling. Look at that left hand, slide the right hand down, and keep reaching until your elbow touches the ground. Focus on keeping that back wide open. We're coming down. The second time we do this, which will be in a couple exercises, we're going to add a little weight. This is called a half kneeling windmill. And then I'm going to switch sides. So if your right leg's up, your right arm is up, you stare at your arm as you reach the other hand down to the ground. And I'm looking at my right hand because traditionally this exercise is done with a weight overhead. This is working on my shoulder stability my hip mobility. All right, so now we're gonna come up to stand. This is 2 exercises we're doing this movement prep. It's a single leg deadlift, so standing on one leg, reaching the other one back, deep bend in the knee. So ideally, you would do this with a weight, dumbbell, or a kettlebell. I stare at one point on the ground as I reach down for the floor. And then let's switch over to the other side. So the hand with the weight is the side where the leg goes up. I want to make sure you've got, it's a little bit of balance exercise, a deep knee bend when you come into this single leg deadlift position. Again, this can be with a dumbbell or a kettlebell. And I love this exercise for working on your balance and your single leg strength. All right, we're gonna go back to the windmill. I'm gonna do it with weight this time so you can watch me. Left knee up, left hand has the dumbbell. Stare at the dumbbell as you come down and reach the elbow down to the ground. If you can't reach, it's okay if you just stop to where you can. And as I go down, I'm cocking my hip to the same side that has the dumbbell. So if the left hand has the dumbbell, the left hip moves towards the left. Give me one more. And then we're gonna switch sides. Bring that weight down, switch legs. So right knee up, right arm has the weight. I'm sliding all the way down until I can reach the elbow down. This is one of my favorite warm-up exercises to prepare my upper body and my hips. Okay, meet me at the top here, pull the dumbbell down. Let's go into the last part of our warm-up, which is the single leg deadlift. So I'll use a dumbbell this time so you can see how that works. I find that the kettlebell makes it more challenging because of the way you hold the weight. Find a spot 3 or 4 feet in front. Keep that back leg shooting the heel out so it's active. And then let's switch over to the other side. As I said, this is something that I do in my own workouts. It's not just for this video. We got 15 more seconds here, and then we're gonna go into our agility block. It's only a short burst of agility before we get into our traditional meat and potato strength. All right, so we'll set that down, put all the weights down. We're gonna start off with something called pogo hops. Just like this, the same way you would do jump rope, that's a pogo hop. And this is a great way to introduce your body to plyometrics. You're just getting bouncy. You don't have to be hard, just be light and loose. 2, 1, we're gonna rest. I'm treating this as a Tabata. So we're gonna work for 20 seconds, rest for 10. So the next one we're gonna do skater to knee hop. So I only want you to do one side. We're gonna skater over to the left side and just bring that knee up. In 10 seconds, we're gonna rest for a bit, tiny bit, and then switch it over to the other side. Okay, shake it out. When you're doing agility or plyometrics, you always need a little rest time because you want to be fresh when you're doing the little happy, jumpy things. All right, we're gonna hit the other side now. Also use your arms to help you. The arms are crucial. Woo! You want to stay light on your feet. And 1. Okay, we're gonna shake it out. Next on deck is the pogo hops, but side to side. Little lateral movement. Starting in 3 seconds. 2, give me the pogos. I just want you to shift left to right. I think my mic is making noise, so I apologize ahead of time. Got 10 more seconds. Whew. We're gonna rest for a little bit and then go into one more set of side to sides. And then we're on to our strength block. Okay, starting back to the side pogos. This is the last of our agility. Use your arms to help lift your body. Keep your elbows close to your body instead of letting it wave out. Sometimes I do that, but it affects your balance. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, oh, I lied. I forgot we have one more round of everything. We're going back to traditional pogo hops. Here we go. Back to the straight up pogos. Again, the foundation of plyometrics. So I want you to think you're on the balls of your feet. If you want, you can add a little bit more spice. So try to get height, slapping the tops of the balls of your feet down on the ground to help get you up. Okay, right, that was the last. We're gonna go into our strength block. You're gonna need a heavier dumbbell or kettlebell for this first block. We're going into kickstand iso deadlift. I'm starting out with my right foot in front, grabbing the weight in my left side, come down, hold, come back to stand. So we're coming down, hold at the knee, and back to stand. If it feels easy, I want you to switch out weight. When the weight is a little heavier, you'll feel that isometric hold really kick in. Okay, let's switch over to the other side. So coming down, coming up, pausing at the knee. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see how it looks. Keep that chest nice and open. Full stand on the way up. All the way up. Push into the heel, the whole foot. When you come up to a standing position, I want that tailbone tucked in, nice and tall. Give me one more rep. All right, we're going to rest for about 20 seconds. Next, we're going into a seesaw press. So in a seesaw press, I want you to press towards the same side you're turning. Left side turns towards the left, left arm presses. Then we switch to the other side. So we're going to press left and right with a turn. So bring the dumbbells up, turning to the left, pressing to the left. Make sure from belly button down, your body is rigid. When I say rigid, I mean pulling those quads up towards your body. The feet are firmly planted, turning left and right. The body turns with the press. 2 and 1. We're going to take a little rest, shake it off. So again, like anything in strength training, if you feel like your heart rate's not going up, it's not feeling hard, then I want you to pick up a heavier weight. So we're going to go back to the kickstand iso deadlifts, starting with my left leg in front. I'm using a kettlebell this time because it's a little heavier. I come up, holding for 3 seconds, full stand, all the way down. Pause at the knee, and up. Keep going. So this weight's a little heavier, I can feel it. You should feel in the back of your leg, in your hamstrings, and your glutes. We're gonna switch sides in 3 seconds. 2, and let's switch over to the other leg. So if you're using a kettlebell, go all the way down to the floor. Then come up, pause at the knee, all the way up, and back down. If you're using a dumbbell, go down low, pause at the knee, come back up. You got 10 more seconds here. Here we go, 3, 2, and 1. Give me one last rep, set it down. Move the weight to the side. We're gonna go to the seesaw press. I gave us a little bit of rest because in traditional, when you're doing heavy strength training, you always need rest in order to have the same amount of energy and power for every rep. So ideally you want your third round to look as good as your first round. All right, here we go. Pressing, make sure that arm ends up right next to the ear. Straighten out your arm, fully locked out. I'm in a gym that has air conditioning. It's so delightful because the gym I normally work out of has no air conditioning. And this summer, it's been so brutal with the humidity. So I'm grateful for modern advancements. Give me one more rep on the other side, and we'll set it down. We're gonna take a slightly longer rest right now, 30 seconds, because we're gonna go into another superset, and I'm gonna show you as you're resting. You're gonna have your 2 dumbbells, or if you have kettlebells, you can rack the kettlebells. We're gonna go from front squats, and the second exercise, the superset, is alternating curls. All right, we're gonna get started in 5 seconds. So let's pick up those weights. Bring it up to your shoulders. Remember, elbows pointing forward, and we're squatting. So ideally, as you're squatting, I want you to get your butt so that when you're down here, it's below your knee bend. That means it's a full depth squat. And the magic of a squat, the magic of strength training is always in the hardest part, which is the very bottom of a squat, the very bottom of a push-up. We got 3 seconds, just hang in there with me. And let's take a short little rest. I don't know if you thought we'd be having rest, but it's needed. So the next thing we're going to, in about 10 seconds, are the alternating bicep curls. I just have one set of dumbbells here in my workout with you, but preferably you have a lighter one for your curls and a much heavier one for your squats. All right, so we're gonna go straight into bicep curls. Oops, I forgot something. On the one that's not working, you're isometrically holding it. So let's hold, and then the other arm does a full curl. We got 10 more seconds. So it's really almost a 1.5 curl. Full curl, stop in the middle, full curl. Keep your legs active. Give me one more curl, and then we're gonna go back into our front squats. So you can either rest, or you're gonna give me light pogos. I'm gonna take the rest. It's okay if you take the pogos, but I wanna make sure you bring everything when we pick up the weights. We got 3 more seconds. Here we go, back to the front squats. Bring those weights up, and let's squat it out together. We only have 2 rounds of this. If you ever hear any of us trainers make this noise, it's a power breath. And it helps you in pushing through the hard parts of a workout. It helps you in regulating your breath. 3 more seconds. Right, we're gonna rest for a moment before we go to our last set of curls. That kind of breath we use also in kettlebell swings, a lot of kettlebell exercises, because it allows you to keep tension in your body. It helps keep your core tight. All right, starting in 5 seconds. Here we go to the curls. Start in the middle, full curl, back to the middle. So it's a bicep curl with an isometric hold, which makes it just a little spicier. We got 15 more seconds here. From here, we're gonna go into our last strength superset, which is front lunges and isometric rows. All right, you're resting. We're taking a little bit longer rest. It's about a 30-second rest between the supersets. So when we do the front lunge, you're gonna hold 2 dumbbells, like as if you're holding 2 suitcases, step it forward. We're gonna alternate stepping it forward. So we're doing front lunges, and then the second exercise before we get started, in a bent over position, resting positions here, and we're gonna do rows on one side, then we're gonna switch it to the other side. Okay, pick up the dumbbells. Let's get started on the front lunges. If this is a little cranky for your knees, you can lighten the load. So your first step when you're trying to figure out how to make something not hurt is to lighten up the load. Another exercise that's really helpful for the knees, it's not fun doing, but it's great for the knees, are isometric holds. Give me one last lunge. Okay, we're gonna rest for 20 seconds, actually less now, it's like 15. And then next, you're gonna be in the bent over position. We're gonna hold both dumbbells up here. We're only gonna row on one side. We're starting in 5, 3, 2, okay, bend over, both up. We're just rowing on your left side. Make sure the collarbones are nice and open. You're anchored into your heels. I'll turn sideways so you can see me. My back is flat. I'm trying to make my head long from top of my head, to my tailbone, trying to make my body long. We're gonna switch sides in 5 seconds. So the arm that's not working, which is that arm, should feel like it's working, and switch it to the other side. All right. The iso hold, I think, is probably the hardest part of the exercise. Hang in there. You got 10 more seconds. We're gonna have some major arm pump going. All right, we're gonna shake it out and rest for a little bit. And then after this, we're gonna go right back into front lunges and curls. And again, if you want to be active during the rest, give me some bounces. That pogo hop, and this is what a traditional pogo hop, like when you get into the intensive pogo hops, is all about getting height. All right. Pick up those dumbbells. We're going back into the front lunges. Last round of front lunges. And go. Here we go. You don't have to touch your knee to the ground. You can if you want. Touching your knee to the ground is a proprioceptive way, tongue twister, of knowing that you're getting good depth. But again, you don't need to touch the ground. But I want to make sure you feel like you're getting into a pretty deep lunge. We got 2 more seconds. 2 and 1. We're gonna rest for a moment. So we're gonna go into the iso rows one more time, starting with the left side, then the right side. Now's the opportunity to switch weights. If you wanna switch weights, we got 3 more seconds. And here we go, bend over, hold that right side, and you're gonna row with the left. And if you're thinking about breathing, I breathe out on the exertion. 10 more seconds, hang in there with me. Don't worry about what people think when you breathe. You want maximal performance, okay. We're taking a quick 10-second arm shake out, then we're gonna finish on our last side. Here we go. And let's begin. Both arms up, and now rowing with the right. If you're looking towards the floor, look about, I would say, a yard and a half in front of you. You don't wanna look down. You kinda wanna look low horizon, and also not up. You got 10 more seconds here with me on this strength. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. All right, you got a 30-second rest here, and I'm gonna talk about our last part. It's our conditioning component, just body weight. All we're doing is a bear push-up, and I'm supersetting that with sprinter sit-ups. You're gonna be doing 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds transition, boom, boom, you're done. So it's our little finishing Tabata. All right, so this is what the bear push-up looks like. So push-up here, that's the bear push-up. And then this is sprinter sit-up. I should have showed you as I was talking. So let's get started on the bear push-up. So push up, push it back. If you can't go all the way down, just do what you can. Pushing it back, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, flip it over. We're going into sprinter sit-up, which will look like this. So I want you to try to get up to your tailbone. All right, we're starting now, 20 seconds. Pulling your body up, reaching across the body. 10 more seconds. If you need to just make it a reach, you can do it that way. I much prefer coming to my tailbone too. We're resting. Really, there's no rest. It's just a flip over. Okay, we're gonna go back into that bear push-up in 3 seconds. 2, and go. I don't know if you can tell, but I think body weight is always harder than weighted things. Manipulating your body in space is the ultimate goal at any age. 2 and 1. We're flipping over. We're getting there, my friends. We're getting there. We're going back into the sprinter sit-up in 5 seconds. Whew. So if you came to Jersey City or starting, this is the kind of workout you'd be doing in my small group strength training class. We do a little agility or power. We go into strength, and then we have a little bit of conditioning at the end. 3 more seconds. Woo. Okay, flip over. We're getting there, I promise you. So yeah, this is the kind of workout that I do. It's the kind of workout here we go, bear push-ups that my clients and my classmates, my class members do, because it gives you a little bit of everything. And as you get older, you cannot take away agility and power. Just because people say we get slower doesn't mean we need to be slower. Give me 1 more. Great. We're gonna flip it over to the sprinter sit-up. Whew. Starting in 5. Catch your breath. Let's go. Remember, pull yourself up onto your tailbone as you reach your chest to your knee. If you feel your abs, good. That means they exist. 5 more seconds. Whew. 3, 2, and 1. All right, I have some good news for you. We're doing our cool down now. So let's get ready. We're gonna come into a standing position. Reach both arms up towards the ceiling. Intertwine your fingers and shift the hip to one side as your arms reach to the other. You're holding. You're catching your breath and you're holding. In 10 seconds, we're going to switch to the other side. And let's switch. Holding, holding. Come to center. Meet me down on the ground. You're all 4s. Extend the right leg out. Lift the left arm. Now reach it on through to the right side. Open up 1 more time and reach it through. Okay, let's switch over to the other side. Back to all 4s. Extending the left leg to the side. Right arm reaches up and then reach through to the left. Open, hold for a moment, reach it through. Just a few more reps here. Okay, come back to all 4s. Both knees are down, shift your hips to the right. Just kind of bump it to the right. And now I want you to cross and bring the left leg to the right. And now we're gonna reach. You should feel a very deep hip stretch here. So I'm so happy to be here with the good vibes. Let's switch over to the other side. All 4s, now bump it. Bump that hip to the left. Now bring that right leg towards the left, and then you're gonna reach towards the left. As I was saying, I'm so happy to hear good vibes. I'll be here much more. Very excited to be working here with you guys. Let's come back to center now. And we're just gonna give me some cat-cows. Starting with your tailbone, tucking it down, reach that spine up to the ceiling. You're rounding, and then start with the tailbone and dropping the belly. Let's do that again 1 more time. Strength and workouts are nothing without the calming aspect. This is what solidifies your strength in your work. It can't always be all tension. Give me 1 more cat-cow. Okay, now I want you to sit back onto your heels, arms extended out. Really try to let the hips drop. Walk the hands over to the left side. placed the right hand on the left for an additional side stretch. Let's walk those hands over to the right side. Place the left hand on the right. Let's come back to center. Let's walk your hands back. Come down to your feet. And I want you to just kind of hang with me. Let's just hang out. Letting the spine decompress as it separates, and you're hanging, gently rolling up to stand. And you did a great job pushing through that with me. I'm Coach Tina. For more information about how to work with me, head to ironstrongfitness.com and send me a message. I'll see you next time.